I wanted to do a little stream of consciousness on the autism to narcissism pipeline. Someone commented on my video yesterday when I was like, why do autistic girls end up in so many narcissistic relationships? They said, well, being raised by an undiagnosed autistic parent is a lot like being raised by a narcissistic parent. They don't attune to your emotions in the same way, and they may not validate in the same way, and they may be just kind of more disconnected. Whereas diagnosed autistic parents can accommodate themselves and understand what they're dealing with. There's this well-known thing, at least it's well-known for me, where undiagnosed autistic people will often become narcissists. And when my friends and I talk about these people, we're like, oh, it's autistic narcissism. This autistic person grew up in an environment where their caregivers could not meet all of their needs, and their caregivers essentially sent the message that your needs are too much. And so this person learned to suppress their emotions and not have needs in a way that many people with CPTSD do. But additionally, they gained this narcissistic part that essentially became the protector and accessor of all human emotions. I see narcissism as someone who was born with access to human emotions and compassion, who lost contact with them through trauma, and now is unable to access them. Autistic people can look narcissistic to the untrained eye, even when they don't have traumas. Autistic people have trouble understanding and feeling their emotions. And for myself, I process emotions differently and I feel them at different times than other people. I generally feel all sensations and emotions more deeply than other people report feeling them. But I do have this sense that I'm performing emotions at times, because when other people feel sadness, I don't necessarily feel sadness, but I can tell that we're supposed to be performing sadness right now. So I'm like, oh, okay, we're doing sadness right now. I think that autistic people are more likely to become narcissists because of the fact that they have more needs. And so they are more likely to overwhelm their caregivers with their needs. They are more likely to get the messaging that their needs are too much or not okay, and then develop the adaptations of manipulating people and performing emotions and moving things around on a chessboard in order to get their needs met. Narcissism is created out of someone who learned early on that they would not and could not get their needs met and get the validation and love that they needed through normal means, and so they moved on to emotional manipulations. All kinds of people have this adaptation. Some people become people pleasers around it, and some people become manipulators. And it just depends on how connected you are to your human empathy. If you decided to disconnect from your human empathy and you have a protector part around that, then you became more narcissistic.